Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Houseplantpixie. For everyone that's new to my channel, my name is Monique and welcome back to my existing subscribers. First up, thanks so much for tuning back into my channel, and if you could watch this video all the way to the end, that would be fantastic. Also, leave a comment, like and share. For my existing subscribers, thank you so much for my Philodendron White Princess video has so many views, and it was so nice to share some tips with you guys. Here is the update. This is it. I grew this is the taller plant. It's even taller now, and I'm so proud of it. Won't cut it. I have a bigger pole, so we're going to change the pole. And I show you the pups are divided. So there is a few questions I'm going to cover. So the first question was, how come that the smaller ones, that this one is bigger? Just different, its cutting might have been taken from a fully established plant. So I grew this one from a 1 or 2 leaf cutting, but the leaf size was fairly big, whereas the other part I didn't even know, it was super tiny. I didn't even know what it was to begin with. I got it at a plant swap, and there must have been multiple plants in it. They just developed together, and then I showed you how to divide them. So the juvenile plants are growing up, which I show you right now. And every plant is different. Like, say these leaves are getting pretty big as well. Not quite as big. Sorry to interrupt, but here I have to show you. Whoever follows me already knows Frank, and this is my new addition there. Really. So, yeah, I'm glad they are calm. I don't know how many pups I had. I think it was 5, or please don't quote me. I've done the video about a year ago, maybe. Anyway, this is one of them. One is at my partner's mom's house. This one here is... it has very little white. You see that? That's just luck of the draw, I guess. Yeah. Mine catches up. And this one here is just beautiful. Check out the leaves. The one that has barely no white, I wouldn't sell, I wouldn't give away. It's just staying here. It's just my ugly duck I'm holding on to. I might propagate it and see if it encourages a bit of white. Just beautiful. So yeah, I got 3 left. And I think I sold 1. So some of your other questions were, yeah, how this plant got so big. I think the climbing aspect helps. Bright indirect light. This plant is under my LED grow light setup, and I have it on a pole. I don't have it on a moss pole, but if you give let me show you, like, it has those aerial roots, and see how they wrap, like right there. They got support from the pole, and if you want to see the plant in full, here you go. Woohoo! I'm really glad I got high ceilings in my lounge room. That's the whole reason I'm filming in my lounge room. Alright, let's put it back down. I know this plant next to me looks huge. I'm not even that tall, so I'm only 160 centimeters, so it's not that tall. But anyway, soil mixture. I got my well draining potting mix. I got another video if you're interested on my channel. I mix premium potting mix, orchid barks, horticultural charcoal and perlite together. One of the other questions was about the variegation. Is that variegation on a White Princess more stable than the one on a Pink Princess? Then again, it comes down to where did you get your cutting from in the first place? Was it a highly variegated plant or not? And I found this guy here with the great variegation is in my east facing window, so it gets a little bit of the morning sun and it's not getting burned. Like the direct sun through the window doesn't burn it. It's not for very long. So yeah, that's the tip I would give you. Maintain very good light. It can be also grow light to mimic the sunlight, but be careful with the grow light that it's not getting too close because it could burn. Another question was if I use filtered water. I certainly do. Here in Australia we have horrible tap water. It has heaps of chlorine in it and God knows what else. So I have a filter system under my sink which filters all the bad stuff out. It takes a bit longer to water because it comes out a bit slower, but who cares? If you are in a part of the world where the tap water is fantastic, feel free to just use the tap water. That's, yeah, you'll find out very quickly. The only other thing is with your White Princess, be careful with fertilizer. I haven't fertilized this plant. I'm starting to add plant runner, which is a liquid plant food, and see how I go. So I think it's 1 ml per liter, and it's spring now, so perfect time to start doing that. But I believe if a plant has the adequate lighting, temperature it's required, not too cold, the soil it needs, and the watering, then you don't really need that much fertilizer. As you can see, this just grows. But yeah, it's probably good to give it that boost in spring. Alright, let's change the pole. I use tomato stakes. The pole I currently have finishes here. And we're going to put this one in. It will just, I think I got higher ceilings in my lounge room. In my plant room, I think it will be like 5 centimeters off the ceiling. So once the plant is that tall, I will cut it. Yeah, but I kind of love at the moment how it's just, yeah, I just can't get myself to cut it. Alright, let's change the pole. I use these jolly tree ties. They're very soft, almost like stockings, so they won't cut into your plant. I think you can use those Velcro strips as well. I'm not too much of a fan of them. The dogs are going crazy. Here she comes. Zoomies, you call that, I think. Millie. Oh, she's gonna grab the tomato steak, you watch out. But it has dirt on it and she's gonna spread it all over my lounge room. So let's put that in here. I got another fiddle leaf here. Alright. Now, I just ignore them when they're really crazy. Alright. I'm putting it in the same spot where I had it before. So what I'm going to do with the tree tie, Oh my god, it's like, let's turn it that way. Yep, perfect. So I'm going to wrap it around the plant once, and I'm crossing it over and back onto the pole. And I'm just going to make a ribbon, or then down the bottom here, connect the area root, same thing. I go twice around the plant, and then onto the pole. And then I just make a ribbon, so if I do need to change it. Yep, and that's it. Just keep in mind when you use tomato stakes and they are fairly tall, that you have a deep enough pot, otherwise you have problems of the stake not being able to support your plant. So it's got a bit more room to grow, and I guess I'll give you an update in another 6 months. And I hope you liked this video. If you did like it, give it a like, and I'll see you next time. Until then, stay planty. Bye.